Hey guys, Brian the Shaving Geek here with another episode of my shave of the day. Had a wonderful shave yesterday and just didn't have time to do a video. With the exception of the soap and the aftershave, my components today were the same. And so since you already know my thoughts on the soap and the aftershave I used yesterday, LMR, you know I absolutely love this stuff, and Katie's Bubbles just performs like none other. And so I am not going to do a video about yesterday's shave. I am just going to do, or that is my video, shall we say, about yesterday's shave, and I'm going to get right to today's shave. On Saturday, my mailbox was filled. Actually, it wasn't even on my mailbox. It was on my front porch because I couldn't fit it in the mailbox. With 2 pass-arounds from the Shave Market. One, an aftershave pass-around from Folsom. I think it's how it's you pronounce it. Folsom Company. And I think there's 4 aftershaves in it, something like that. And then another Blackbeard shaving soap pass-around. With the remaining scents of Kelly Hogan's lineup, and so excited to try them out. And so today I put them to the test. But before I get to that, yesterday I took this brush for its maiden voyage. This is the brush that I received from Anthony MacKenzie, and this has his Miami Sunrise knot in it. So this is his synthetic Miami Sunrise knot. And he sent me this brush because he wanted me to do a video where I put this brush head to head with my Nathan Clark Ubersoft. In fact, let me go ahead and grab that with this brush here. And so you can see these brushes are virtually identical. This one is, they're both EverReady 150s. And this is the one that I had restored by Thomas Burgess with a Nathan Clark in it. And then this is the one that Anthony restored that has his Miami Sunrise. And so in a later video, I didn't do it today, but I'm going to be putting these two head to head. But I wanted to get a couple of shaves under my belt with this, kind of get familiar with the knot and so forth before I put it up against the Nathan Clark, which is my current favorite in my den. And as you may recall, I did put that up head-to-head with Anthony's Miami Lights knot, and I found them to be too close to call as far as a preference. And so looking forward to putting this up head-to-head with that. Just a couple of things to note with regards to this brush. And first of all, in the spirit of full disclosure, I just want, if you didn't see my video where I did the mail call on this, Anthony did send this to me free of charge for me to do the review, and so I want to be upfront about that. Excuse me. One of the things that you know, he and I are both on the same page about is that I'm going to give this an honest and full review. And he expects nothing less. He wants my unvarnished opinion. He also asked me to review his restoration, and so I will do that today. One of the things that's very interesting on this versus the one that I had done by Thomas Burgess is this definitely has a lot more heft to it. And I haven't reached out to Anthony, but I'm convinced that he weighted this. I'm not sure with what, whether it's, I know some people use BBs, some people use washers, but it definitely provides a lot more heft. I have not weighed these. I don't have a scale that would do that. But it definitely provides a slightly different feel in the hand versus this one here. And, you know, I didn't ask Thomas to weight this handle, so it's just going to be a personal preference thing, whether you want a weighted handle. I know if I would have asked Thomas to weight it, he would have done so. So, but just kind of an interesting thing. One thing that's a little bit different on these, this one that Anthony did, it looks like he definitely repainted the lettering, where this one here that when I actually sent this off to Thomas, this is almost mint as far as how it would have come. It's got more, I think, of a gold look to it, and so we really didn't mess at all with the lettering on the handle. But this white really pops off of here very nicely. So overall, You know, it looks great. You know, between the two, I really can't tell any other differences, except that it does look like Anthony did, and it's hard to see. But this is definitely a bigger knot than this one. I'm not sure if maybe this is a 22. I'm not even sure what this was. But he may have bored, if that's a word, I think bored, this out, drilled it out to get this knot in there. And so overall, very great restoration. And as far as function goes, really enjoyed using it. This is, I believe, version 2 of this knot. And I'm looking forward to putting it up head-to-head against that Ubersoft, and we'll see how it comes out. It definitely loads, lathers, very soft, but still a nice backbone to it. I do get a little bit of scritch, I think. And so I'm going to, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how this feels against the Ubersoft. There's something about this that does feel a little bit synthetic to me. And I haven't really quite figured out if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't really get that feeling from the Ubersoft. I don't really get that from the Miami lights. So it'll be interesting to see when I put these head-to-head exactly how it feels on my face, comparing the two side by side. But overall, really enjoyed it. Definitely got backbone out the wazoo, and I think a little bit more than this Nathan Clark. But again, this may not be a total fair comparison because this does appear to be a little bit of a thicker knot than this Nathan Clark. So I probably need to look exactly at what the specifications are on this. But it'll be as good as it'll be as far as a head-to-head comparison. So overall, very happy with this. Not sure that it's going to take #1 spot in my den. Put them up head-to-head. But it does everything you want a brush to do. Load the soap very easily, lather the soap very easily, nice and soft on the face, but still the backbone that the Plisson is lacking. Again, a tad bit of scritch, nothing like a bore, nothing in that, but just something there that makes it feel a little bit synthetic to me. 2 shaves in. So we'll see if my mind changes over the next several shaves. And it will also be interesting, again, when I get a chance to put the two head-to-head. I'm probably going to do a couple more shaves with that knot before I do that, just to make sure I've got it broken in well, and also to make sure that I've got kind of the brush figured out and dialed in, just to make it fair, since I've used that Nathan Clark so much. For the soap, and boy, that was just, I'm 8 minutes in, and that was just the brush. I used the Blackbeard Pirates Bay today, and you know, that's a great scent. You know, I absolutely am a fan of Kelly Hogan's work. I'm a fan of Kelly. Very impressed with his attitude, his approach to this, as he's been actively seeking feedback and really trying to up his game. And I know that his packaging is in transition, as I told you, I think the last pass around, so I'm not going to review that. I've already given my thoughts on that. The scent on this, oh, it's great. And quite frankly, maybe a smidge, I would want it a smidge stronger, but this is one of the stronger ones that I've smelled up to this point. And so I might bump this one up a hair bit, but not a whole lot. I pick it up out of the tin very well. And this Pirates Bay, just to give you what his description, it's all about exotic spices, allspice, capers, cloves, nutmeg, and a mix with crushed orange, crisp pine needles, and just a touch of patchouli and vanilla to add a deep base note for staying power. I added a little blend of Aladdin spice to give it a whole new kick. And it's just very complex, very nice. It's very good. So up to this point, I have not had a scent from Blackbeard that I did not care for. I've enjoyed all of them. My only complaint has always been from the scent strength perspective. The performance on it is great. It loads and lathers very easily. As I've said before, it's a bit of a softer soap, more along the lines of, I would say, Dr. John's. I don't think it's quite as soft as a Katie's Bubble. The aftershave today that I used was this Muir from Folsom Company, and it's awesome stuff. Whew, oh my goodness, it's great stuff. First of all, packaging. Definitely, they're using the flask style bottles like Fine Aftershave does. Nothing wrong with that. Great form factor for aftershaves, and great bottle, so really like that. The logo is very nice, and you know, overall, I give the packaging you know, a thumbs up. I really like it. The scent on this, very, very great, complex, and this is their description. Muir is our most unique fragrance to date, and a bit more dark and mysterious than most. We wanted to create a scent that reminded us of times playing in the woods when we were young. Muir is that fragrance. Notes of incense and cedar dominate the fragrance, with a subtlety of nutmeg and pepper to round it out. So a very spicy scent, and it matched up, I thought, fairly well with, definitely not an equal, or not when I say equal, it's not an exact match at all, but it just complemented the, in my opinion, the Pirates Bay from Blackbeard very well. Whew, just great stuff. Nice scent strength, felt good on the face. It's got a little bit of menthol in there, I think, that I felt, but not overpowering the scent at all. So, great shave. Really enjoyed it. I didn't even talk about my razor, but you know I love this. It's my DE89. Had it loaded with an Astra blade. I used that yesterday. Today was the last shave on that. I think I got 6 shaves out of it, and it was still a comfortable shave, but I've been that blade because life's too short to use a blade too many times and have a crappy shave. So this is Brian the Shaving Geek reporting live from my shave den, wishing you a lifetime of happy shaves. Have a great day, everybody.